Hi, fourth graders. Here is our second lesson for this week. We're going to be doing Module 7, Lesson 3. We're continuing with long division. So you can do it, if you feel more comfortable doing it with the partial quotients, you can, or you can do it with the standard algorithm, which is what I taught last lesson. I'm going to start with standard algorithm, and I think I'm going to just go kind of back and forth depending on the problem, and that way you can see how both ways it works, and whichever one you feel the most comfortable is the one I want you to do. So we're going to be dividing by one-digit numbers. So you'll be able to divide a multi-digit number by a one-digit number and then check your answer. So this time we're going to be checking our answer, and I'm going to show you what that means. So we're not going to do this A through D. We will put our answer down here, but we're just going to do the regular division. So Jenny has 4,155 tickets for the air show. She gives the same number of tickets to 4 schools in the area. How many tickets does each school get? So we can see that Jenny has 4,155 tickets, and she gives the same number of tickets to 4 different schools. So each school is going to get the same number of tickets. So we need to figure out how many tickets each school gets. So we know the total, and we know the number of groups. We need to figure out how many are in each group. So 4,155 divided by 4. So we've been doing everything with hundreds place, right? So now we've got a thousands place. We're still going to follow the same process. We're still going to divide, then multiply, then subtract, then bring down. Oops, sorry. It's not written very well. Bring down, and then repeat. And when we repeat, that just means we start over again. Okay? So we're going to start in our thousands place. So first we're going to divide. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and we put the 1 in the thousands place. 1 times 4, because we're on the multiply part, 1 times 4 is 4. Now we subtract 4 minus 4 equals 0. And now we're going to bring down our 1. Okay? Now we repeat. Back up to divide. 1 divided by 4 equals nothing, right? We can't have, nothing divides, nothing can get us there. So 0 times 4, is 0. Then we subtract. 1 minus 0 is 1. And then I'm going to bring down my 5. Now I'm going to repeat. 15 divided by 4 equals 3. Put my 3 over my tens place. 3 times 4 equals 12. 15 minus 12 equals 3. Bring down my 5, and I'm going to repeat. So 35 divided by 4, so our divide is 8. 8 times 4 equals 32. 35 minus 32 equals 3. Do I have any more to bring down? No, I don't. So that's where I stop. And I do have a remainder. So my answer is 1,038 with a remainder of 3. So each school is going to get 1,038 tickets, and then Jenny's just going to keep the 3 extra tickets. So you would not put your remainder here because the schools aren't going to get the remainder 3 tickets, right? You can't break that up between 4 schools. There's 3 extra tickets. So each school is going to get 1,038 tickets, and then this remainder 3 will just stay with Jenny. Jenny's just going to keep the extra. Okay? So division and multiplication are an inverse operation. So you could use multiplication to check your answer to a division problem. So to show the relationship between multiplication and division when there's no remainder, so you would do the dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient, which is your answer. So then you would do your answer multiplied by the divisor, and that would equal the dividend, which is just using the words. So when you do the reverse, you're going to take your answer, you're going to multiply it by your divisor, which is the number you're dividing by, and then your answer should be this number, the big number, right? We should do this number times this number should equal this number. Because if this number divided by this number equals this number, then we should be able to do the opposite to get the answer. Now, if there's a remainder, then you have to add the remainder in. So you would do the whole number quotient multiplied by the divisor plus the remainder, and that's going to equal your dividend. And I am not expecting you to remember these words. This is not what I'm expecting you to remember. What I'm expecting you to remember is the fact that when you take this number and you divide it by this smaller number, it equals this number. And to check your answer, this number multiplied by this number plus this number should equal this number. So let's check it out. So if I have 1,038 times 4, 8 times 4 is 32. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3, 15. 0 times 4 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 1 times 4 is 4. But remember, we have a remainder, so we have to add a remainder. 3 plus 2 is 5, and then all the rest. So if your answer after you multiply is the same as what's inside here, it checks. So then you got it right. Okay? So that's how you check your answer. So let's check for understanding. We're going to divide and then check our answer. So remember, we divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. So 3 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. And I bring down my 4. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. I subtract, I get a 0. I bring down my 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. I bring down my 1. 11 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. I subtract, I get a 1. Do I have any more to bring down? Nope. Is 1 less than 2? Yep. So 1 is my remainder. So now I'm going to check it. So I'm going to take 1,735 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And then I have a remainder, remember, so I have to add my remainder in. 3,471. 3,471. It checks. So our answer must be correct. 5,145 divided by 5. So remember, we divide first. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. Then I multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Then I subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. I bring down my 1, and I repeat. 1 divided by 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. And I bring down my 4. And I repeat. 14 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. And I bring down my 5. Now I repeat. 45 divided by 5 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 minus 45 is 0. Do I have any more to bring down? No. So now I'm at the point where I have a 0. So do I have a remainder for this one? No, I do not. So now I need to check it. 1,029 times 5. And when I multiply, I should get this answer. And if I don't, that means I did something wrong here and I have to do something different in my division. I need to fix it. 9 times 5 is 45. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 4 is 14. 0 times 5 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 5,145, they match. So it checks out. Okay? All right, so now we're to the point where it's the on your own section. I'm going to have you can do this independently and then come back and check your answers, or you can stay right with me. If you do move on to do it independently and then come back and check, you do not need to do number 8, and you do not need to do 11 or 12. We're just going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Okay? So number 3. A single-engine airplane with fuel can carry a maximum of 460 pounds in cargo. The pilot wants to load 5 boxes of equipment. If all the boxes have the same weight, what is the maximum weight each box can have? So, the most that the airplane can carry is 460 pounds of cargo. He wants 5 boxes of equipment, so he needs to figure out how much would be in each box. So I'm going to actually turn this around. No, actually, we can do it on the side, sorry. We could do 460 divided by 5. And remember, we divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. Okay. 4 divided by 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. I bring down my 6, and I'm going to repeat. 46 divided by 5 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. 46 minus 45 is 1. I bring down my 0. I repeat. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. I don't know why I was going down there. 10 minus 10 is 0. Do I have any more to bring down? Nope. So, do I have a remainder? Nope. So my answer would be 92, and my label would be pounds. Now, if I want to check it and make sure, I would do 92 times 5, just to make sure. 2 times 5 is 10. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 1 is 46. So it checks. Okay, now we're going to divide and check these answers. So remember, I don't know where to put this so it'll work out. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, regroup. So we start with division. 4 divided by 3 equals 1. 1 times 3 equals 3. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Bring down our 5. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. 5 times 3 equals 15. Subtract, I get 0. Bring down my 8. 8 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 equals 6. 8 minus 6 equals 2. Do I have any more to bring down? Nope. Is my 2 less than my 3? Yep. So my 2 is my remainder. So now I need to check it. So I'm going to take my 152 and I'm going to multiply it by 3, and then I have to add in my remainder when I'm done. So 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Then I have to add in my remainder. Do they match? Sure do. It checks out. So my answer is 152, remainder 2. Number 5. We're going to divide first. 8 divided by 8 is 1. Multiply. 1 times 8 is 8. Subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring down my 1. Start all over again. 1 divided by 8 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Bring down my 4. Repeat. 14 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. Subtract. 14 minus 8 equals 6. Bring down my 1. 61 divided by 8 is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. I'm trying not to get over here. I have to regroup. 11 minus 6 is 5. So I don't have any more to bring down. My 5 is less than my 8. So I have a remainder of 5. So I want to check my answer. 1017 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, and 8 times 1 is 8. And then don't forget I have to add in my remainder. 8,141, and it checks. Okay, I'm gonna, just because I don't want these to run into each other. Okay, I'll do the same here. Number 6. 3 divided by 4 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. And then I bring down my 4. I'm trying to get it a little closer. 34 divided by 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 34 minus 32 is 2. And I bring down my 4. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. And I bring down my 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 equals 0. I don't have any more to bring down. My 0 obviously is less than my 4, and so I don't have a remainder. So let's see, 862 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 4 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 2 is 34. 3,448. 3,448. It checks. And our last problem on this page, 6,259 divided by 6. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. 1 times 6 equals 6. 6 minus 6 equals 0. I bring down my 2 and I restart. 2 divided by 6 equals 0. 0 times 6 equals 0. 2 minus 0 equals 2. Bring down my 5. I'm going to repeat. 25 divided by 6 equals 4. 4 times 6 equals 24. 25 minus 24 equals 1. Then I bring down my 9 and I repeat. 19 divided by 6 equals 3. 3 times 6 equals 18. 19 minus 18 equals 1. Do I have any more to bring down? Nope. Is my 1 less than my 6? Yep. So that's my remainder. So 1,043 with a remainder of 1. So we're going to check our answer. 1,043 times 6. So we get 18, 25, 2, 6, and then I add my 1. 6,259, and it checks. Okay, in our last page, we just have 2 problems left. The force of wind can change how fast an airplane flies. With a tailwind, a plane flies 2,340 miles in 5 hours. With a headwind, the plane flies the same distance in 6 hours. If the plane with the headwind flies the same distance every hour, how many miles did it fly each hour? So we want the one with a headwind. So do I care about the tailwind? No. So I want, with a headwind, the plane flies the same distance, which is 2,340 miles, in 6 hours. So if it flies the same distance every hour, we're going to have, I am going to turn my paper this time, 2,340 divided by 6. Because we want the headwind, which is the 6 hours. So the 5-hour tailwind, it was just extra information we didn't need. Remember, we divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. 2 divided by 6 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bring down the 3. 23 divided by 6 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. I'm going to have to do some regrouping with this one. 13 minus 8 equals 5. Bring down my 4. 54 divided by 6 is 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Bring down a 0. So 0 divided by 6 is 0. Times 0 is 0. No remainder. So let's make sure our answer is correct. 390 times 6. 0 times 6 is 0. 9 times 6 is 54. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 5, 23. So 2,340, 2,340. So 390 miles per each hour. Okay. All right. So last question. Sorry, excuse me. Mr. Tyler buys 4 round-trip tickets from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Toronto, Canada. The total cost is $2,156. How much does each ticket cost? So this is how much he spent. He's buying 4 tickets, so we need to figure out how much each ticket costs. So we know the total, we know the group, we need to figure out how much is in each group. So again, I'm going to turn my book. So I've got 2,156, and I'm dividing it by 4. So remember, we divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. 2 divided by 4 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bring down my 1, repeat. 21 divided by 4 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 21 minus 20 is 1. Bring down my 5. Repeat. 15 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 15 minus 12 is 3. Bring down my 6. Restart. 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. I have nothing more to bring down, so I look at what I finished with. I have a 0, so there's no remainder. So $539. But let's check and make sure. 539 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 3, 15. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 1 is 21. So it checks. So each ticket will cost $539. And that is the end of that. And let me get my, sorry, I'm just going to double check for your work. I didn't look at this one yet. I apologize. I looked at the other one, not this one. So you will do all of them on the front So you will complete the entire 7.3, please. Take a picture of the front and the back, and or send it in to me at school. And I should be able to meet with anybody who needs to be met with this week. So Madison, I'll meet with you on Wednesday. If anybody else needs a meeting, just let me know and we can work something out. My son has gone back to California. It was a little difficult because he was here for a while, and last week was his last week here. So I was trying to spend some time with him. So I apologize that I was not as available last week as I have been, but will be better this week. So let me know if you would like to have a Google Meet, and we will figure out a day and a time so that if you're struggling or having some questions on this long division, because I know this is a tricky part. This is something brand new that you've never seen before 4th grade. So please let me know if you need any help or have any questions. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.